So shall we start now? Hello, student. So I will start training Westlaw today. So let me introduce myself. My name is Jirawat Promporn from Book Promotion. That is the company is a distributor, exclusive distributor for selling Westlaw in Thailand. So I'm conducting a training for today. So I will share you the step for today. You can see is what is going on, how many steps to use the Westlaw. So I will share you. So there are only 6 major steps to do a legal research in Westlaw. Just 6 only steps. I will use the easy English, plain English, and just start with how to access the Westlaw classics. And the second, there are 28,000 database in Westlaw. It's difficult to find the resource. So the second step, we are going to show you how to find out your relevant results to your research. This is the second step. And the third step, when you found a source that match to your topics, how can I choosing source, maybe multiple sources for your research? This is the third step. And the fourth step, when you select a source, you are going to start searching. So Westlaw provide you a search method. You have to choose which search method that is mapped to you. This is the fourth step. And then the fifth step, when you get the results, how can I refine my results? How can I analyze my results? How can I view my results? This is the fifth step. And then when you got the results, how can I manage it? How can I plan it? How can I download it? This is the last step, the sixth step, Just only 6 major steps. Just only 6 major steps. So let's see, getting started. For the student, sit at home, you have to connect to the VPN and follow the link next.westlaw.com. So when you're using the VPN at your home or even your hometown, you don't need to log in anything. You don't need a user and password. You just connect to the VPN and type next.westlaw.com. This is how to access. And then when you log into Next Westlaw, I will show you how the page look like, show you like this. So when you log in, the Westlaw bring you to home page. And now they change a word, change a name from Westlaw Next to Westlaw Classics. And we will show you and navigate you. The first one, browse. Browse is mean you want to see a result, a source that contain in the Westlaw. I have told you earlier, there are 28,000 sources in Westlaw. So now you have to select from this, the browse and all content. And another one, this is the search bar. We call the global search method or global search box. So you can type anything. If you type this, then search all the content. But the result will be limited at only 20,000 results, not more than 20,000. So the better way to start searching, you have to select the source first before you start searching. This is we call the basic search. If you want to conduct a complex search, you have multiple search, specific search in any fields. I recommend you to use the advanced search. This is the navigate. How is homepage look like? So let's start again. Back to instruction again. Again. Mails. The second step, findings results. So let's start with browsing the content. I just give you a bit about information about resources in Westlaw. Just only two major sources to start with searching. The first one we call the primary source of law. The second one we call secondary source of law. So you have to think about when you do a legal research, just only two things you have to think about. You are looking for the primary source of law, or you are looking for the secondary source of law. Just two major things you have to decide it. So I give you the definition of primary source of law first. The primary source, the same as legislation, statutes. So we call the actual laws and rules issued by the governing body that tell you or tell us what we can and what we cannot do. This is we call the primary source. The false primary source that you are looking for, but I'm going to just tell you just four primary source that is necessary for start searching or do a legal research. The first one, cases, or somebody called the case law. And another one, constitution. And another one, statutes. And the last one, regulation. Some people also call it administrative law. So this is the definition of primary law. And another one we call secondary source of law. It's different. This is they use the plain English, easy to understand law. They will explain you the law is talking about. Because if you search for a case or cases or statutes, they use the difficult language, the same as the people who work in medicine field or health science field. And maybe they said, you got a closed tissue, abnormal closed tissue. Or the doctor say you got neoplasm. So I don't understand what the neoplasm mean. I don't understand what an abnormal closed tissue mean. But if the doctor say in another word, you got a cancer, So it means I got it. This is we call the use of plain language or easy language to understand. So secondary source is the same as that idea. Just expand you, interpret is mean like you say in difficult language. I just say in easy language for you to understand it. You got to interpret. The same as the people who sit in maybe some people from another country. You speak Chinese, I speak Thai. I don't understand Chinese, and you don't understand Thai either. So I just say, and I need interpreter to translate to your language. Same idea added in interpret. And another one we call the analyze. You just say environmental laws. So if you have to remove your electronic junks or electronics equipment, you cannot throw it away. You cannot dig it and bury it. So they talk about environmental law in general language, and analyze environmental law in Japan and environmental law in another country. They pick up some point and analyze for you. So we call the secondary source. So you may think about the journals and law review. You may think about Tuesday. You may think about the statement of law, even dictionary and encyclopedia. So Westlaw provide you the Black Law dictionary. So this we call the secondary source. So show you. So you can start with both. The default is start with all content. And now you have to look at which one is belong to primary sources of law. The first one I tell you earlier, the cases. If you click accesses, it search only a case in just in US. If you want to search a case out of US in international cases from UK, you have to move to this one, international materials. So out of US, you just click here. And another one, if you want to search a cases, but you don't have a specific word, but you just start with thinking about the topics. I just want to submit to my lecture. So my lecture, I want to do this topic, but it's too broad. So you want something is narrow on your topics. You don't have any idea for specifics terms to search in cases. The recommend from Westlaw, they support you on your topic. If you want to search on the cases, just look for a topic and key numbers. So it's mean I just start thinking about doing research about abortion. So abortion is too broad. So I have to start with the definition. So I want to know the courts give the definition for abortion and what is the Constitution say about abortion in the court opinions. So you can start with this, the topics. It just gives you a cases that related to that particular topics. So this is because the case says to, but in different method to searching. So cases, you have to search with the key terms or specific terms. Connect with operators. So you start with cases. But you are going to find out something that related to your topics to get an idea first. recommend to use this one, topic and key numbers. And another one, I told you, the primary source of law, the statutes and court rule. So when you do a topic about the copyrights, so I want to know, I just transforms the audio music to MP3, and distribute it on the internet. This is we call fair use, or I infringe it. So I want to know about a code that mention about the copyright infringement. So you can look at, like you open a code, just start with the table content and looking for the title that mention about the copyrights. Just use this one, statutes. And another one, the regulation. So the constitution say the government agency, suppose the Minister of Education, they have the regulation to control the people's the career is maybe just who want to be the teacher. You have to follow this regulation or something like that. So this is the regulation. And another one, so administrative. Some people call administrative law. This is the primary source of law. So if you want to search primary of law, you have to think about cases. You have to think about statutes. You have to think about the regulation. So this is we call the primary source of law. And another one, I tell you earlier, the secondary source. The secondary source is difficult to understand the case law, difficult to understand the institution or just regulation that's mentioned about this is too difficult. So I need to explain what is can do, what is cannot do, or what the core of the law mentioned on this. So I need something that explain me. It's more understanding, analyze me for more understanding. So you just use the secondary source. So I will open up the secondary source to start with. So the secondary source, yes, I just told you, you can start searching law review and journals. This is only US law review and US journals. If you think that not enough for you, not includes international journals or not including international law review, you need more out of US, I recommend you to use this one, World Journals. World Journals is bigger, larger than law review. Law review and journal is subset of World Journals. Just approximately about 1,700 journal and law review contained in World Journals. I just will show you later. And another one, restatement of law. Suppose you do something on another topic, but you don't understand what the core of the law told you. You need something in plain English to explain you about this kind of law. Like you open a book, so you just come to restatement of law. And another one, I just told you, text entity, this one we call secondary source. And the last one, Black Law Dictionary. So this is we call finding a resource and understanding what the sources that Westlaw provide you, and come to the details. Come to the details now. And you look at that, the primary source. Why we start with the secondary source first? This is the lesson. It's good way to start research, the good way, and often have the citation to primary source. So we will show you. Suppose you are new, never used Westlaw before, but your topic is you start with intellectual property topics. It's too broad for you, but you just scope down to what type of intellectual property you are looking for. So I want to scope down for geographic indication. So geographic indication is meant like you want to make some champagne. When you manufacturing or you make a champagne in Thai, can I use the word champagne? And what about the croissants? Can I use the croissants that cook in Thai or in Thailand? So you want the definition about geographical indication or GI. So, but you don't the related cases that talk about the geographical indicators. You don't know about the statutes that related to this kind of topics. So the journals or law review will connect you or bring you or lead you to the primary source that cites on that articles. This is the good way for you to start with. And another way, helping you to identify. Suppose you are doing the same idea, intellectual property again, GI again, but you don't want to know what the primary source I have to start with, statutes or cases. And what about this generic name? What about this is we call the geographical name? So if I study in primary sources of law, I don't understand the languages. So it just look for that kind of definition from the articles. It gives you more understanding of the law. This is the second point. And another one called, just you sometimes use them to explain the legal terms or idea. So suppose the court say you copy from other works, the intellectual or articles, the court say plagiarism. Maybe plagiarism is too difficult to understand it. They will find something that mentioned in dictionaries and encyclopedias. Give the explanation, the definition of plagiarism. Or maybe capital punishment is too difficult for you to understand it. They will give you, I will use the easy English to understand capital punishment. It's sentence to death, do you understand it? Or death penalties is more understanding about the capital punishment. So court will give you some time using them, the secondary source, to help explain the legal terms or idea. So don't miss the dictionary, don't miss the encyclopedia. So this is the good start with searching secondary source. So I will give you a brief first. Another one, choosing a source for your research. And now you know the definition of primary source and secondary source, how important for you. And now can make you to decide which one you have to start with. You should start with secondary source. You should start with secondary source of law, secondary source of law. And now the third step, choosing sources for your research. Have you have any idea to start with? So let's start with secondary source, secondary source, secondary source. So secondary source. After you secondary source, I just want to start with secondary source because Westlaw guide me. If you are new, never used before, start with the easiest way to get the information that related to your legal topics. So I just follow the Westlaw. Just click here. So secondary sources, just secondary sources. So too many choice for me to start with for secondary sources. I need something that's simple, something that's more understanding. So the better choice should be the legals, law review and legal journals. So I need more US out of US. I recommend you to use this one, our journals, our journal. Just start with our journal. Start with our journal. Start with the word journal. Select source, just start with the word journals. So you look at that, the word journals. They list you the number of countries, including in word journals. But I want to know the specific journals included in this source. How can I check the journal list? How can I check the law review list? So the Westlaw provide you the mean the information about this source. You just open up information, just start with this. They give you the definition of the word journals, the scope of the journals, scope of the law review. And I want to see the list of law review and journals. You look at content and you want to expand it, see the list, just click on plus, show me. So the Westlaw will group it in country. The first one start with United States law review, the law review. Most of law review just bit.
คุณจิรวัตรคะขออภัยค่ะหน้าจอยังโชว์เป็นหน้า Word อยู่เลยค่ะ
โอเค
โอเคขอบคุณมากค่ะพอดีมีนิสิตแจ้งมาขอบคุณนะคะ
So you just remind me because this is assumed, so it's difficult for me to see is what I am and what I lost you. It's just let's start again. I'm sorry about that. Just remind me. Just told me a long page or just come back to Westlaw again. You still in a document. Can you back to Westlaw? Just told me on this. Just repeat again. Just repeat again. The first one you have to decide. You have to know that which source, what kind of source you have to start with, primary source or secondary source. So I just told you the Westlaw guide you. For first starting, using the Westlaw, do your research. Recommend you to use the secondary source, because it's more understanding, guide you to the primary source, easy to understand. You just select the source, secondary source, just click secondary source. Then you come in to secondary source page. It's too many choice for you to decide. So the first or the better choice to decide to start with first time searching in Westlaw. I recommend you to use the law review and journals, because the law review and journal is very they use the plain English, easy to understand it. It's not too difficult English to understand it. And law review and journals is not enough. Just specific in just only the US journals and US law review. I need something that including US and another country. So the Westlaw provide you another one. World groups, world journals. Law review and journals is subset of world journals. Keep in mind that this is because US law review and US journals. If you need UK journals, UK law review, just come to Word Journal. I select the Word Journals. This all bring you in Word Journals. They show you the list of countries that provide the journals. You can check how many journals published in or owned in Australia, Canada. When you click on Australia, they will show how many journals under the Australia. And click Canada, how many journals on this. This is just check for our scope to scope down to that particular country. So I don't want only Australia. I want to know how many journals and the list of journals in US and in other countries. The Westlaw provide you the II coordinates. I just want to know the information about this source. Just click on this. Looking for the content, just click the content. So they provide you, they group you the journals in country. The first one start with the United States law journals. Just sort by the alphabet, alphabetically. Start with A first. You just go down, scroll down. And looking for another one, another country. So you can look at that. Law reviews, most of law reviews is published by the university that have a faculty of law, the same as Jirawat University. The faculty of law just have one journals or many journals in law and ask for the peoples to publish in that journals, but not only in a specific topic in law. Maybe you can submit in business law, international law, or criminal law. So I opened to get any legal topics. We call the law review, and maybe a review law, something that relate to that law. But if you look at journals, I show you the journal. Journal is more specific on the maybe the legal topic. So suppose you just want to see about intellectual properties. So I'm just looking for Journal of Intellectual Property or Journal of International Business Law. So when I found the Journal of International Business Law, you can look at it. This is because the abbreviation of this journal. You can start searching only that journals. Search within only that journal. You just copy it, and back to global search box and start searching journal business. Just look at it. You can look at that. You will start only that journal. Just type a keyword. So this is you can specifics in just only one journals or mix ups on other journals. So this is we call the global search, not just search only the terms. You can search for a source to search for a source. Just back again, back again, back again. Just start with a secondary source again. Back to World Journal again. Start with I again. Just look for a list of journals and law review. Just open it and you scroll down. You can see another country provide journals. Another country that you will see, you have United, another one, Europe Law Review, Australian Law Review, Canadian Law Review, and another one, United Arab Emirates Law Review, United Kingdom Law Review, and another one, Canadians, Hong Kong, and last one, Singapore. So this is just search once, you get thousands of journals. It's cover most of journals. I mean the key journals in legal topics, just topic. Now you choose source, select the source, you decide and start with this source, world journals. And what the next step? For the next step. So move you to another step. The next step, choose the search method. There are two types of search method that Westlaw provide you. The first one, the natural language search. And the second one, we call terms and connectors. So back to the Westlaw again. So we don't have the option on this. The search system, I mean, any keywords you type in here, we call the search method. If you want to conduct a search in Westlaw, this one we call the search method, that we are going to give you the idea what the search method that the Westlaw provide you, not basic and advanced. We call natural language and term and connector. Back to the definition of that. Back to that. Expand you a bit. The natural language search is very to start with. I like this one. Natural language search is mean you searching by using a spoken language or spoken English language. So give you a bit more understanding. So like you question to your friend, like you choose a question to your advisors about the legal topics. You can asking Westlaw with a plain language. You can question Westlaw. So Westlaw, can you tell me about the GI? But I don't know the specific terms. So I can make a question, the same idea as that mentioned about GI. Maybe I ask the Westlaw, must Swiss Army knife be manufactured in Switzerland? So the idea is you want to get a document or legal information about to give me clearly on which one is champagne, it's the geographical name, and which one is croissant, its generic name. What the difference between generic name and geographical name? But I don't know the proper words. Just type it in. So it just question, just use the question. like you ask people that you are talking to. This is called the natural language. So can be a sentence, the sentence that describe the information that you are looking for. Maybe you just ask what the definition of abortion, what is the legal, maybe if I bully some people and people that attempt to suicide, I get a guilty or not? So it just type or just type a sentence, just type question to Westlaw. And Westlaw will do for you, just cut something out, just leave only the key main of your concept. So this is we call natural language. Just keep in mind that natural means like the way that you speak to your mom, like the way that you speak to your parents, like the way that you speak to the people who met, that we call the natural language. You don't need the experience in searching before. You don't need to train about using and or not. You don't need about knowing about the blanket. You don't need about the acrylic. You don't know about the quotation mark mean. So this is easy start with natural language. This is the sample that I told you must with amini be manufactured in Switzerland. But the result is too broad for you. The defaults, they connect with the operator or. So they will grab the key main terms that found in your question and use that kind of keyword or the concept to search for you. And this is good for you if you are worried about, we call the stemming. Stemming is mean, I don't know the singular plurals. I don't know the root word. Expand it in ing, ed, ly. So I have problem with adjective adverbs. So they will manage for you. They will search including the stem searching. And another one, they connect for you with all. They will source for you the first results. They are contain all of your concept. Maybe the last result just only at least one concept file. So it's not more relevant to you. So natural language you have to spend to analyze, to just spend to analyze for it. Maybe you get some article that irrelevant to you. So I recommend for you for more effective results, use this one, term and connectors. Terms mean the legal terms, or easy to understand is we call the keyword search. So when you start with searching in particular term, suppose you are doing the intellectual property again, but your topic is about the influence. Influence is mean you just buy some audio CD that you have your own audio CD. It's belong to you now. And I don't want to listen only me. I do want to distribute it, but it's not commercial to my friend, to my parents, and share it on the internet. Or maybe I convert it to the MP3 format. So it means I want to know, searching for, do I break it? Do I inflate the copyright? I copyright to transform the file format from the originals in audios to MP3. So you can start with the key terms of it. You start with the concept influence, and you scope down to what about what kind of influence. You want to scope down to copyright. Copyright is too broad, so it's specific for just only music. So copyright can be books, copyrights, music copyrights, video copyright. So I just scope down to music. And what kind of music? You just want to cover it, rearrange it, or just make it remaster it? It's not. I just transform it, change the format, the file format to MP3. So this is the key term we call the terms that you are searching. This one, the definition of term, this one, the term. But term themselves cannot search without the connectors. Just one term is okay. If you have multiple terms, I mean the multiple legal terms, you cannot search alone without the connectors. So the defaults, when you just space between another terms, the Westlaw will give it with or. So you have to think about the connectors. So I'm going to give you the detail later on after we come back to again to term connector. So a lot of the advances from the term and connector. So this one is we call term. There are two main things you have to know that the term connector. So let's start with the natural language search. So I just told you earlier, I cannot decide which concepts that's covered to, I mean, the GI. GI means Graphical Indicator concept. So like you go to see the advisor. Advisor, can you give me the answers? Swiss Army knife, the pocket knife that you can buy from the duty-free shops, the red one with cost, have to be or must be manufactured in Switzerland. If I'm manufacturing this kind of knife in Thailand, can I use a word, Swiss Army knife? Swiss Army knife. So can I or cannot? Do I inflate it or do I break the law? So you just start with this kind of question. So this kind of question, I just copy this kind of question and place it on this, as on this. So this one, I want to know the primary source that related to this kind of legal topics. So start searching. So maybe you got hundreds of thousands results, but I told you earlier, the resource limit only 20,000. Because you select the word journals, the results you separate, you divide you into major sources. The first one from United States journals, they found the maximum 10,000 results. And the rest of that, international journals, you got another 10,000. All results, you got 20,000. And you look at that overview. They just pick up one of them from US one and another one from international that more relevant to you. The first one, United States, another one, internationals. So I will start with United States first. So you just, hi Westlaw, just show me all. You just click here. Show me all 10,000. Just click on this, 10,000. 10,000. So Westlaw being used to search result page. To search result page. You like look at that? So the next step. So I'll show you in the next step. The next step first. We'll navigate you. What's the next step? The next step we call this one. Analyze, refining, and viewing your results. Analyze means you just look for that related to you or not. If don't serve you more specific, you can add more term on this. Search within results. Search within result. You can add more on it. Another one, refine. Refine is mean 10,000 is too broad for you, too much for you. You can specify or scope down to the particular publication name, the specific publication name by searching with the specific name. And another one, you can apply any filter on the left-hand side, and apply the filter now. This is we call the filters. And another one, you want to analyze this. The first one is good for you or not, and match to your legal topic that you are looking for or not. This one we call the overview or summarize. You can see 3 dots in front and 3 dots at the end. The Westlaw we call keyword in context. Keyword in context. It means maybe 10 pages, 20 pages on these articles. Westlaw just cuts maybe a portion text from these articles that contain your keyword or contain your legal terms. And in front, they have 20 words in front or in context with smart switch Army9. And behind or after that word, you got 25 words allow this term. So the Westlaw wants you to analyze that relevant to you. If you don't think if that relevant to you, you can move to another articles. But if you are looking for is more relevant to you, you want to view inside, you just put the mouse over the article, just click on the articles, just open in viewing the results. So I show you what the detail on this. The first one, this one, we call a citation. Citation. Citation is mean when you cite some articles, you need to give the reader to know the citation. The information that you cite or refer to these journals, we call the citation. So what does it mean, the citation on this? What is telling you? The first number, 82, the Westlaw called the volume number. The volume number. It means I just know that it's volume 82. What is a publication name? This is the publication title, stand for Virginia Law Review. Virginia Law Review. And this one, we call the page number, the first page number. So this is, we call the articles in Virginia Law Review in volumes 82. Start page is 500
ขออนุญาตค่ะ
ครับ
คุณจิรวัตรยังโชว์หน้า Word อยู่เลยค่ะ โอเค โอเค เห็นหน้าจอ Westlaw แล้วค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Back again. Again. I'm sorry about it. So back to the results. The list of results again. So this one is called the keyword in context. They will show you, they cut it and show you the keyword in context. And you have to analyze from this portion of the articles. So if you scan it, then relevant to you, I want to see inside, just click on the article titles. So let's start with the first thing that you can face it. 82 VALREV 543. What does it mean? What the Westlaw call? Westlaw call is the citation format. They have three major things contained in citation format. The first one, 82, is indicate you. This is from what volume numbers. So this is can know that volume number 82 from the titles. It means publication title Virginia Law Review. And in that issue, not only these articles contain on that issue. So you can look at on the table content, one issue, maybe you got 10 articles. So this start with the page 583. This is we call the first page of articles. You think about the electric journals. Most of you use search Oxford. Oxford we call electric journals. The full text they publish in PDF format. The actuals same as the print, so not different. But Westlaw is different. The full text in Westlaw just only display in HTML format, not a PDF format. So why the first page is so important? You can look at that. These articles contain approximately 20 pages. But when you want to cite in the middle of articles, you may be mention a page number. So how can I know that? What's the number of page that I cite this sentence or I cite these articles? The Westlaw will guide you with, you can look at that. The first page start 543. The next page should be 544. You just follow me. Just look at that. So the beginning of the next page, you can notice that. You can look at it asterisks followed by the number. So it means the Westlaw will get the next page in the HTML format by using the symbol asterisk followed by the page number. So it means the next numbers of these articles start with asterisk 544 and come through another page 545. So if you want to get more specifics, refer to the page. You just follow this one, the page number. This is another thing. And another one, when you want to come back to this article again, but you don't want to save anything on this, the Westlaw only allow you to keep this as information that you can link back or just bring you back to this article again. Suppose I just copy on this for later use, copy on this for later use, just copy on this for later use and place it on Microsoft, for later use. I just come back again. And then what else you have to know? Just follow me. So it just gives you the idea. You remember that they will lead you or bring you to the primary source, I just start reading. The first paragraph. Thai of 20th century trademark law is largest. And you look at that. Uniformly. In 1946, Disney's the passage of, you look at that, they mention about X. X means the law, the name of law, the legislation or statutes. So they give you the citation. So it means, you look at that, another one, a comprehensive federal law of trademarks, section 43. So this is the detail of the primary source that I'm looking for on this idea. So it means you get an idea now that mentioned in the primary source of law. But I want to see the detail, but I don't know how to search for the X. So you just follow the citation. You just click on the number that indicate the site or footnote. You just click it. And you look at that. It's ready for you to link to the particular law. So you just click on this. Title 15, United States Code, page number 11,025. You can click to directly on that particular page, on that titles. This is mean the link to the primary source that I told you earlier related to your topic. And then what else? Just scroll down the trademark again. You look at that, trademark again. Unfair competition at Langham, the same X. And then what else? You can look at that. Another paragraph. This article mentioned about the case law. You can look at that, the case law. And it says, is recently Langham failed advertising suit in it. American distributors with manufacturers. And you look at that, the lists the party names that sue each other. And I want to link it and see the detail in particular idea on this. Just put the mouse over there. And you look at that. They link you in. So let's also say if you want to see the detail on these cases, you just follow the link. I will bring you to that case for you. This is that related to that idea. You look at that, the idea of distribution or advertising suit. So it means if you produce or manufacture sweet army knife in Thai, and you want to make a market to sell this kind of knife, you just advertise it on TV, on radios, advertisement, and just claim your knife is Swiss Army knife. The owner of this knife just sue you. You cannot use the Swiss Army knife because this is maybe they claim as the GI. If you say you are Swiss Army knife, how the buyers maybe they just trust you the quality of knife, because the buyers or the people who know the name Swiss Army knife, they know that the quality is very good for Swiss Army knife, but the origin Swiss Army knife is in Switzerland, not Thailand. But you claim that this is Swiss Army knife. So the buyer will be consider on this is qualities. I buy you because of quality. The quality maybe is the same as produced or manufactured in Switzerland. So this one you delete the case from that particular party suing the advertisement. You just click on this, advertise on this, and just follow the link. They will bring you or get you to that kind of case, and just follow down. And you look at it. This Army knife just manufactured in China. So they just produce, just manufacturing in China. This they build the Chinese knife, and sell it in US, and with Stalinov just sue it. You cannot use the Swiss Army knife. You just say this is Chinese knife or something like that. I don't want you to make the buyers confused about the quality of knife. So the less of it to show you again. You look at that, the same thing. So bring you to case law again. So you look at that, it's easy to understand it. We use the plain English. You don't need to understand more advanced English, because this is the plain English, easy to understand it, because the author of this article like for general people to read it, not only people who work in that field or the legal field. You don't need to study in the law school. Even me, I study in business field, so can understand it. At that that article lets this point to me and make me understand it. Can I advertise this kind of a name to make the people understand, consider about the qualities? So I need figures of more selling on my knife. So I just use Swiss Army knife, the same thing. So this is they talk about on this. So you can look at that. You like it, you just use this one. This one. So this one we call the footnote. Lead you to the original source, or lead you to the original papers, or lead you to the original idea that mentioned on these papers, So I have only a few minutes and cannot spend an hour to read through whole articles. Can you make me easy to know this article? Should I save it? Can you help me for this? The Westlaw says, okay, if you have the limited of time, you just spend 5 minutes for each article. You just follow me on this. You can look on this, the original terms. Just click the drop-down menus. And you see base portion. It's used for the natural language search. It shows only the natural language search. Portions, what does it mean, the portion? Portion is too difficult to understanding, but I will use the easy English for you. Base portion is mean the base paragraph. Maybe they contain hundreds of paragraphs in 27 pages. So I cannot spend 27 pages. So can the Westlaw just show me only the base paragraph that contain all of my concept. Concepts mean contain a word sweet army knife, contain a word manufacturing, contain a word Switzerland. So you just come to the base portion to see it. Just click on this base portion and use the arrow. The next step, just use this one to navigate you. You can look at that, this one. The Westlaw said you just spend a minute to read through a base portion that contain the particular word. And you see it, oh, it's right. It's like that contain the key main idea that I'm looking for. So can I cut this, just only this? I mean the best paragraph that you show me with the citation, can I? The Westlaw says, that you can. I allow you to just cut some portion and I will give you the citation too. And later on, after 1 month, if you want to come back again, I'm willing to serve you again with the citation information I will give you on the document. So you just start, copy it. You can look at that. You just copy a base portion that you found in on this, maybe on this base portion. You just copy it. And you look at that. When you look at that, you got copy with reference. So it means I will copy only the selected text. And Westlaw give you a reference too. So I just click on this, copy with reference, copy reference. So you copy on the clipboard. And then I'm looking for any application that I want to place it. So I just come back to Microsoft Word again. So I just hold the control key, hold down the control key and press V. So I just cut the base sentence that I will spend a minute to. And you look at that, the Westlaw will give you this reference. Maybe in bibliography, what the style that they provide you. You can change the style. And then they give you the author names. They give you the articles, titles. They give you the volume numbers. They will give you the publication titles. They give you the first page of these articles and the number of page that you cut it, and publication year. This is the core information to write a reference. So it means the easy to get back to the original text again. So using this kind of information. So back to the Westlaw first. Now you got this one, you got this one, page portion. So this one is really more navigate you, the highlight text. The same as you type, So when you look through it, you need more information about it. So can I have how many cases? Size that cited in these articles? Or how many cases, in another way, another word, the author cite it? Or can you give me the list of reference, just only the cases that you are using in these articles? So the Westlaw provides you the table of authorities. The idea is the reference list, the list of reference. You just click on this titles, table of authorities. The Westlaw will give you and group the reference for you. The group of reference for you type this one, the cases. So it's mean it mentioned on page 566. 566. Another one, 566, 566. You can look at that. Cases. And another one, administrative decision, the regulation, this one. So like I told you earlier, if you want to link to the primary source, it's really very easy for you to get through the reference and get into the case that this article cited. So this we call the table of authorities. And another one you want to know, what about these articles have been cited by another publication, maybe journals, maybe the cases cite this. Can I see it? So the Westlaw will give you how many maybe publications cite this article. You can look at that. Citing references. It shows you one journal, one article have been cited or citing these articles. So this one we call the citing, is mean another journals, another publication type citing these articles. These articles have been cited, the case have been cited, a journal have been cited. You can check the list on this. So this one, back to the document again, you just click on this document again. So this is a navigate. One will show you in the full text. And the last one, you're happy on this, very happy on these articles. So may I save it? May I download it for later use? So Westlaw says you are welcome. So I give you a chat option. So option. So it means when you do a research, you need to get a full text in PDF format, or I prefer Word format, document format. Can I choose the format to download? You can look at that, this one. You just back to this, drop down. This is the option how to manage your results. The first one, you prefer to download. Save it, store it in your hard disk. You just select to download. So, but I don't like to read on the screen. I don't spend too much on the computer. I prefer a plain version. So you just click printer, just print it out. And maybe I going to China this morning and this evening or tonight. So I don't bring the laptop with me, but I want to send me the email, send to my own account, my own email. Just click the email address and select the format too. And another one, Kindles. Kindles mean when you buy electronic books in website Amazon. So you buy the access to the ebooks. The access is mean intangible goods you cannot touch. You cannot just hold it and keep in the pocket. They serve you online, and you need like a digital space to keep the content, like a electronic library. So Kindle is the same idea, just the digital library, the own digital library. When you buy a books, when you buy electronic intangible goods, you just store it in the Kindles. You can go for later use. The same idea. Westlaw says articles is mean the same thing. You can step in on this. So I just show you something. The download, you just click on download. You see it on the download. The first one, the basics one, select the format. Which format do you prefer? So you prefer document because you can change font. I can copy it and quote it in my thesis. So better use the document Microsoft Word. But some of you don't use the Windows. You don't have the Windows computer. You have a Mac computers, Mac OS. But in Macs, you don't buy a Microsoft Office. Mac provide you a Pages application, the one as the Microsoft Word. So the Pages program cannot open .doc, but they are able to open .rtf. You just look at on this one, word processors. Small variables for open in another application, the same as Microsoft Word. And next one, the PDF. So choose the format, And then layout. Can I have the highlight text, the highlight, the key terms that I search for? Use this one, layout and limit. Layout and limit, you let that include term highlighting. Term highlighting is mean you just switch army9. I want it, make me clear on that, make it below, bold or highlight that the key terms that I'm searching for. And size, you can look at that size. You make it large or normal, and then click download. Or content too. I tell you, you remember that maybe bring you to the primary source. I want to grab it, or the primary source that mentioned on these articles, even the document that cite this article too. So they allow you to get a site, a link or table content, table of authority, and then you just click on this, and then download. The Westlaw will spend a minute to download. This is we call save everything that you want to. It's very custom for you, customized for you. Just open it. Just open it. This one, show you. It look like it's good for you to start doing a research. You look at that. They provide you this one, the link of this one. You look at that. You happy on that? This one. Happy on that? With link, with the hyperlink. So it means you can get back to the primary, the original text. The original text. You can look at that. This one, get link. So I love it. This one. So back to Westlaw again. Westlaw again. I will summarize you again, repeat again the step again for the people who missed the step. So start with the secondary source. Start with the secondary source first. The secondary source. Scope down to Bollywood and journals. Just use this one. The first start with the search method. Natural language search. Natural language search. Start with. And then just filters. Just look at that. Show me the results or the results. Start with it. Start with it. Start with it. And just follow the step. So this is very easy for start with. Just click inside and look for footnotes that's mentioned about you. What kind of reference type or document type that sign in? Maybe lead to the particular point, the legal topic to the primary sources of law. Using this one, or using the table of authorities. This is we call natural language search, and you cannot conduct a complex search. You cannot control results that more specific to you. So if you want to control, make it more specific. In the particular topics, I recommend you to use the term and connector. So just back to search method again. Search method again. So I give you the idea again. From another samples, the examples for searching today. The topic is the same. The legal topic is the same. Is intellectual property again. But I just want to scroll down to the copyright. But copyright is too broad for me. I just want to know the infringement of copyright or copyright infringement. If I just transform the music to MP3 format, and this debate is fair of use or not? Is fair of use or not? I just want to ask the Westlaw to find out article for me. And now you have to know about the connectors and expander. So give you now. You look at that, the word inflict is verb. This is we call the root word. Root word can expand it to a noun. Infringement, and can be the jails, infringing. Maybe I want to change the verb to adjective or the past participants. So you just put the ed on it. So for me, how many words for the stemming I have to think about? It's too difficult for you and too difficult for me. So how can I manage this kind of word? The root word expand to the word. Let that to the root one, the root expander. Just come down to me and you look at that one. The first symbol that you have to know is very useful for you. We call the loose expander, loose expander. So now you don't worry about any adjective, adverb, noun, or any kind of word that related to this loose. This one we call the exclamation mark. That means it can be any characters. It can be any characters. So start with 0 characters. Start with the 0 characters. So this means it's too difficult for you. I will show you. So it means you have a word inflict. I don't want to type 4 words. I want just only 1 word. That's enough for me. But I want to include any type of word that come from this word, this root. So I just put this kind of root expander in, just this one, root expander. You just use this one, root expander. So it means you don't worry about this term anymore, because this one will replace word, our characters. So can be any character, start from 0. That means you get the original word influence, and maybe you will get also influence. You will get any word, maybe influence, influence, then put the ed in. This is the first one we call the root expander. Expand is mean the root words. Expand to adverb, adjective. You just put it in after, at the end of the word. This is the first one. And another one, you have to know it. Universal characters. Universal character Universal character is mean can be any can be, we call the single character, single character. So the samples. I start with the good example now. That's good examples to easy to understand it. Suppose you have your typing woman. You are typing of woman. This is the singular, and plural of women is women. So I'm not sure. Westlaw find out for me singular and plurals. So it just apply the universal characters to it. You can look at that. Just only one characters that it difference. Singular they use A, plural they use E, but the meaning is the same, but in different forms. So you just type woman and use this one and followed by N. So that kind of character is when they repeat it. This can be single characters, can be A, can be E. And another one, withdraw. Just type is different. Withdraw is mean, you know, the simple words is withdraw, spelled with A. In another one, past participles, maybe they change to another another form. They put E, they spell with E. So you don't know what form of it. Maybe in past, or maybe present, maybe in the future. So just repeat it with this one, asterisk. So it can be A or spelled with E. If it's another characters, you have to consider on it. And another one, this one, you can control the root word. Because the Westlaw will search you automatically. Search singular, you get plural too. You search plural, you get singular too. But you want to switch off the auto spelling, you just place this symbol, pound symbol, in front of the word. Suppose I give you the sample damage. If you search damage alone, you will get damage with S, damage with EV, damagings, or something that come from this root word. So if I get many variants of word, it gets too many results. So I want to limit the results, only the word spell damage. So you just put this one in front of the word. To switch off the auto spelling, auto find, auto stemming for you, you just use this one. And another one you have to consider on this. Face is mean. If your key terms, your legal topics, there are more than 2 words combined with the 2 words. Maybe copyright infringement. If you want the meaning, I infringe the copyright or copyright infringement, you need to put allow the quotation mark in. So otherwise, so I will show you. If you put like this, copyright infringement, without the quotation marks, the Westlaw will treat as copyright and put the operator between each word, with or. So it means different meanings. Like you search for lung cancer, you don't get disease that found in your lung. Maybe you get a cancer in legs with people got a lung disease. So the different meaning. So this means, face mean I want to search exactly the same as I type. Just put this one. Allow this with the quotation. So repeat again. Let's expanders. The people who want to search for the root word, expand it in any form of word. Maybe in ing, L1 or something, you just use this one. Even the spelling. If you miss a spelling, just remember just a part of word, just a few characters. And the rest of characters, I don't remember on this. So you just use this one to expand you for misspelling. Or don't remember the whole word. You just use this one to expand you, spell for you. This one we call loose expander. Universal characters is mean just replace a single characters. Use just only one symbol in between or at the end of the word. Suppose you are searching for women and women and don't remember what form of plural or singular, just use this one instead of type woman or women. And another one, stop searching me a STEM. Just stop searching me a STEM word. So STEM word is mean singular plurals, ing, ly. I just want to search for that root word. You just put a pause symbol in front of it. And I want to search exactly the name as I type. I just start with this one. So this is the idea. So it's just come to a single term burst. When you manage this one, you just start with the inflint with this. And now there are 4 key terms, 4 concepts. How do you connect for each term with your search? So you need a connector. The Westlaw provide you the basic connectors. Most of you familiar with this and all. And you can use the ampersand symbol, or you can use both lower and upper characters. And but not, you can use the percent. This is the basics. And you get more advanced. I will show you later for more advanced. So let's start typing. Back to again. So back to word journal again. Just repeat again the step again. So I'm still in the journal again. Second word journals. So start with another search method we call term connector. But some of you said, I cannot remember what's the pause size mean, what's the search axis phase mean, and what about and or not? I don't remember that. Do I have to write down? You don't. No, you don't. You just click on this advanced search. They will show you this one, the meaning of this one, and another connector that you can apply to your search. So I just show you, but I will take it and apply it for you. So start with the basics one first. So just type advanced, just delete it. Start with the inflint. So inflint, I want to expand it to ing meant just key in the asterisk. This one, you look at that, loose expander, put it in. So this is too broad for me. I want to scope to another concept. Connect with, it means document just contain or must contain a word, a text and just type and. Maybe you prefer of the same, this one, of the same. It depends on you. You just type AND or use the symbol. Just type this one. So I want to scope to the copyright infringement. I just type copyright on this. And through bot, more specific term and music. Transform to MP3. This is start from the basics, but you can conduct this search to control the results. So just start searching again. You can look at that. It's more or less results compared with the natural language. It's less results, but for me it's too much too. So I need some things more narrowed down, but I don't have any concept or key term anymore. So I will apply more advanced search from this. Just use this one. advanced search. Advanced search. You look at it. I don't have any more key terms, keyword, but I want to control the results that relevant to my meanings. The first one, I think, if I apply and it's not guarantee means two words will found in maybe in sentence or maybe in the same page. You think about the articles, approximately page is 20 pages. You may find the influence in page 1, copyright found in page 6, but not connected, not adjacent text. They separate in another page. How do you know that meaning is the same that you want to see? Can I do it or I influence the copyright? So you can apply this, start with loader first. You can look at that /p. /p means you want to control a word found in the same paragraph. You imagine on this, one pages. Maybe they contain at least 4 paragraphs. In case they found influence and copyright in the same page, but in different paragraph. Are you sure on the meaning on that? I don't know. I'm not sure on this. So I just apply on it. Just start with this. /p. Just type /p. Just type /p. It means I want to change the results. It's more relevant. The word influence and copyright have to be found in the same sentence, same paragraph. So just see it. Just click search. Look at that. And now the result is down to 1,900. 100 is gone. Now you can control it's more less than result. And I think another word choose found in the same paragraph too, because I want the idea is, can I change music from the audio to MP3? This kind of word have to be found in the same sentence too. So just change this word to /p again, and start searching. You look at that, the results is more narrowed down on it. You look at that. You just got only 1,400. That's gone down. So now you got this one. But I think it's not more relevant. It's too much. Results 3,000. What about most of that found in the same paragraph? Same paragraph, you can imagine in abstract or in the same paragraph. So it means I just tell the Westlaw, can you find out any document contain 4 major words that I just typed found in the same paragraph? So just start with this one, searching. You look at that, it's more narrowed down. You save it, you save time now. You just left only 500, down from 1,000 to 500, 1,000 to 500. But do you think it's too much for you? Can I make it less than this? More specific on this? So Westlaw says, if you want to, I will serve you again. Just look at this. Look at that. You're looking at. Now, if you want more specifics, more relevant, I need this one related in the meaning. So I think the paragraph, a paragraph maybe contain 4 or 5 sentences. In case they found in the same paragraph, but in different sentence, how can I guarantee that it means that I am looking for? So I will make it down or narrow down to sentence. You look at that. Same sentence. So the word that I want to manage first, this one, the sentence. So it means inflink and copyright have to be found in the same paragraph. And you look at that. If you use the different operator, you have to consider on this. I will show you this one. They will order on it. So it means the process, the connector in your query is mean they will start with, if you combine more than operator, they will order the searching process start with or first, followed by this one. So now you use this and this. They will start with /s first and followed by /p. So if you use a different operator, you need a blanket. You need a group. I will show you how to make it in a group. So I will come back again. So now use this side. Inflink have to file in the same sentence as copyright. Just start searching again. You can look at that. It's narrowed down to 400. So what about the music and MP3? Yes, of course. Just start music and MP3. Start searching again. So you can look at that. And now it means down to 333. So it's have more advanced tools. I give you more advanced. So it's more advanced on this. You think about a sentence. The longest sentence maybe contain 20 words. So I want to make it less than 20 words. I want to control the word to fall in each other, maybe in terms. So I bring you to this one. It's more advanced on this. /n. /n is mean you can control between each word. So it means if you are looking for a copyright infringement or infring of copyrights, the meaning is the same. But if the copyright found in the beginning of sentence, infring found at the end of sentence, I'm not sure the meaning is the same as the copyright infringement. So I want to control. The infring and copyright have to be found within 3 words. It's more narrowed down than sentence. So it's just start with infring /3. 3 means within 3 terms, 3 words. And the same paragraph with this and this is start searching. So I make a group, just type on this, just type it, just type it. Start searching with this first, and followed by this, and combine with P, combine with P. The same as mathematics rule, the same as mathematics rule on this. So you conduct a search line, you just tell, start searching with a group in Fling/3 first, and then just leave the results for a while and start searching music/s with MP3 in another group, start for a while and combine two results from each group with /p. So start searching, start searching. You can look at that. It's more complex. And now you can control the results down to 296, 296. 296. I'm happy on that. I'm happy on that. Happy on that. So if you just put the plus in front of S of P of its mean, you consider the word order. The word order is mean. If you say in Flink come after copyright, is mean the meaning is different. So you want to control the word order. Don't copyright come first. The infing have to come first before copyright. I mean, the word order is very important for you. You just change to the +3. +3 means you control the word order. You want a specific order. Don't change the order of the word. But if you need more flexibles for searching, / more flexibles. The word order doesn't matter. Can any word come first? And can any word come first? This is the, how can I apply on this? How can I apply on this? But if you sure on that, if you want a copyright infringement, you just put just the quotation mark on this, search for face. So I'm happy on this, just searching on this, just searching on this. So now just see, just look at that, on this, just click inside. You can look at that, the citation again. And now you don't have a portion now. You got only the highlight text. I just want to see the highlight text. Just look at that. Digital music distribution side. This distribution means you just send it, deliver it to this kind of distance, maybe to people. You can look at that thread of music in MP3 format. User prepare their music for uploading. You look at that. It's good starting. And then you look at that MP3. They refer to number 6. Number 7. You look at that. Spanos add. You look at that. Dimension on it. Dimension on it again. So it's good to start. The term and connector, you can control the results. It's good to control the results. So if you don't have any idea now, I will show you another one for searching. Back again. Word journal again. So I will let you another topic for more understanding or searching using the term and connectors. Another one, you look at that, I will show you. The Westlaw with the view, see the concept. We call the concept. You start with the search statement first, the concept, maybe the concept, the topic. Your topics is looking for any articles written about rape. Rape is mean in general term we call it unlawful sex. We call rape. Most people use it, not the illegal term uses. Legal term use another word, sexual abuse, sexual abuse. This is we call the concept. The first concept, start with the concept. I will explain you a concept again. Concept is not a keyword. Remember that concept is not a keyword. Concept, maybe one concept contain more than 2 keywords, or maybe 5 keywords. I'll show you about the concept, more understanding. If your concept to search everything that related to the sex female, I mean the woman. Female is a concept. So if you search alone, the female alone, you got the limited, the results. You got the search only contain female. And what about women, girls, ladies? You miss it. So start with the concept. You have to think about the concept female, contain a word female, women and women, lady, girls, or something like that. You just give it. The same idea, left. If I use left, the legal term don't use left. They use sexual abuse. You may miss it. So I just line it down, the related or synonym of the concept. And then just put the this along, put this along. And I just want to see a sexual abuse in child. So child can be child or children. So this is another concept. You scroll down to another concept. You scroll down to another concept. This is the another concept, child. And you don't need to type student, you just use exclamation mark, looks expanded to manage this term. Another concept I want to see the collection, the punishment. So the people who rape a child, what the highest penalties they will get. I want to see how many country or how many states that have death penalties to people who rape children. So the death penalties, the concept death penalty, they got a lot of it. They got death penalties, they got death sentence, they got capital punishment. It's the same meaning. So it means you got another concept, contain more than one word. So just have this. So how can I manage it? So when you conduct a search, how can I conduct a search? So start with this one. Rapes, you just type rape or sexual abuse. Use the parentheses. Use a blanket to start with this group first. And then you look at that, death penalties. Death penalty. You got sharing with death penalty is sentence. You can use another one. I will show you this one. Another option. You can use this one. Sexual abuse or rapes, child or kid, and death penalties or sentence. And you look at that, blanket or parentheses is mean just tell the Westlaw. Start searching this group first start searching this group first, child first. Suppose child first, child first, child first, child first. This one, child first, child or this first, and select P with days. Days mean you look at that date penalty. You don't need date penalty. If word order is very important for you, you just apply plus. Days have to come first, followed by penalties. So this one, it means start penalty or sentence first. Use the results combined with +1. This means have to be found date nearby penalties or sentence with one term or one keyword. So this is we call how can I conduct the search, maybe the advanced search, So start with the concept. Just only 3 concepts for this topic, So let's see, just copy it. You can make it in Microsoft. So just back to again, start searching again. So you can conduct it. You want to make this group and make it. So you just start with group, and this group combine this, select 3. This group select this just 1, and select P. Start searching. You can look at that. You got it. You got more on this. Just start searching. So this is very useful for control the results, small compact search, and use just only a few concepts. Just use this one. This contain these penalties. Just screen on this. This. Great. So this is more compact for you. This is we call the search method. So now you got the idea. Search the secondary source. And now I bring you again to search the primary source. Use the same method. Use the same term. So just come back to primary source again. And now you got the idea. From the Westlaw, searching the secondary source. Repeat again. Good way to start research. Helping you to identify and understand the law. Good way to start research, and often have a citation to primary source. I prove you again. Code will sometimes use them to help explain. You will see in the cases now. So now move you to another one. So I will follow this step. The primary source. Start with searching cases first. Just back to Westlaw again. And now I'm more experienced, and I can read the legal text or legal terms, or they use in case. So good in English. So you look at that. You can start with both of these cases and topic. The better way to good start, I recommend you start with the key number first. So suppose my legal topics, I just submit to my advisors. Do legal research about abortion. So advisor approve it. And the chapter 2 Chapter 2, I need. The advisor said, the definition of abortion that you give it to me is only the dictionary, medical dictionary, the definition from medical terms, medical dictionary. I need you to give the definition of abortion that mentioned in the cases. So I'm looking for the definition of abortion that mentioned in court opinion. I mean, the just opinion, the court opinion. So I just use this one. The key terms number or topic and key number, just use this one. To start with the topic first, you look at that. The Westlaw will list you the topics, the legal topic. So I'm looking for abortion. You look at that. Number 4. Abortion come with the birth control, that related topic. And I want to know, this topic includes homicide or not? I mean the criminal law or not? Just only the civil? So I just looking for the detail on this. You can look at the info. You just click on this info, show me. Let's show you the subject include this, but you look at that, exclude, it means if you looking for the homicide committed, I'm sorry on that, not include in this topic. You have to go to the homicide. So if you are looking for the damage and procedures, you just look for state. The abortion is controlled about the list of this one. Civil liability, therefore. Natural extent and criminal response, therefore. And ground of defense. This is the subject includes. So I'm happy on that. I want to see it. I just click on this. Put the mouse over there and click on this. Click on this. And you look at that. The Westlaw will give you a key for each topic. So I tell you earlier, I'm looking for the definition. What's constitution definition? So I just click on this. See the cases. Mention the definition. So they list on this. People vs. Nixon. And give it the definition. This is, they give you only the cases that tell the definition of the abortion. You just click on this, Court of Appeal, Michigan. You just click on this. So this is good for the literature review on chapter 2 and see it. Just click on this. What the constitution definition, you just click it. Abortion does not alone, cannot mention on the primary source. This one, constitution that related to case. And they see case that cite this as note. You remember that? Case cite this as note. It means case that's mentioned about the definition. So maybe just, or maybe the lawyers mention about the constitution says about the abortion, less of this. So you can look at that to cite that side this head. So you can back to the original cases again, and look at for the terms, This is very easy for you to start with using case again, back again. You look at that case key number again, and you study in international law or international business law or something like that. You can look at the international law. Look at that. the international law, something like that, you just click on this and click on this. So you can look at a topic that related you to you. Bankruptcy, you can look at that, bond, and something like that. So this is really to start with using cases. And back to home again by clicks Westlaw Classic again. And another one, I just want to search for a case for the previous search term, the natural language search term. I want to search not only in the journals. I just want to search in the cases too by using the previous search method. So I just want to start searching a cases. You just click on cases. The cases. So you look at that. Cases in US, they are four type of court. Two type of court. The first one we call the federal court. If you want to search for the federal cases, you just put the mouse over it. And each state, they have their own law. They have their own government. So they can enact the law in different states. Maybe some punishment you can find in another state, but in another state it's different. So if you you have to decide case that you are looking for. You are looking for the federal case or state case. But if you don't sure and you don't want to make it to scope instead, can I select both? So of course, you look at that cases. You can start with searching or federal cases or any state cases. So case, we'll start with the trial courts or district courts first. So just back to previous search. Can you look at that? For the section, when you run or searching this, they will give you a track on this history of search. Just back to again, must with Amina again. So I'm looking for a cases contain that concept. So show me, just start with this one. Start searching now. The same idea is this, but in different source, the search from the cases. You will look at that, you got only 20 cases. But you got only state cases, this one, state cases. And topic, you are looking for another specific topic, you just click on this. The Westlaw will good for you. What case is belong to civil, belong to criminal law, belong to employment labor, or belong to product liability. So you can look at that. And you can specific on the judge, law firm, or parties. Or parties mean with starting off with another party. So this is you can narrow. And you can notice that case is different from the journals. They indicate a flag. So they show you two flags, the color of flags, two color. The red color flags, the yellow flags. What does it mean? So because case, I mean the just decision or court's opinion, maybe it's become a law. So it means become a law, but can change over the times. So the meaning of the red flags is mean it's not a good law anymore. It's not a good law anymore. You cannot follow this court decision or judge decision in anymore because not a good law. So why it's not a good law? The Westlaw will give to listen case become the red flags. So they give you two words, the two word. The first word we call the reverse. The first word we call the reverse decision. Reverse decision. And another word we call overrule decision. So can you explain me a bit about the reverse decision? What does it mean? So I will explain you in easy English, to more understanding. In year 2020 or 2021, they have trial courts on a case the people who kill dogs for eating. So they list this case, the trial courts. So the trial courts, maybe the court makes the decision on this one to maybe trial court start with 2019 or 2000 last year 2020. They kill a dog and eat it. And he defend on that. I kill a dogs because I don't have any food to eat. You look at that. This is really crisis. Crisis means COVID expanded outbreak. I lost jobs. I don't have a house. I don't anything to eat. I don't have anything to eat. So I found these dogs. If I don't kill it, I will die in a 4 months or in a few days. It's hard-headed and think about you have a listenables. So if you don't eat that dog, you will die in the future. Human is very important. I will make the decision. You're not guilty on that. This is for trial court. And another one. The last is to the appeals court. The appeal court make another decision different from the district court. They don't, this court don't agree, appeal court don't agree with the district court. The judge said, today is 2021. Your defense is not listenable. And now you are with digital age. You cannot say you kill dogs for survival because the government will give you this government service, give you a free food, give you a fair, homes to stay, give you the expense. You cannot say you kill dogs for survival. It's not reasonable. So this court will reverse the district decision to make it guilty now. So the case will become the red flags. It's not a good law anymore because the higher court changed the decision at least one point. On that, the same case, So repeat again. The definition of red flags is mean the higher court in the same case change the decision or reverse the decision at least 1 point from the lower court in the same case. So that sample is really interesting. This is called the reverse decision. The Westlaw said at this one we call direct history. And another one, overrule decision. This is how to understand it, but I try to explain you more understanding. Suppose the same thing, the same idea. In 2000, the people do the same thing, kill the dog for survivals, and go to jail, go to the court, the trial court. They just ask, why you kill dogs? That man said, just this year or a few years from now and back to 2 years too, before the economic crisis, most people don't have any jobs. I don't hire from any company. I lose a job for years. And I don't have any homes. I don't have any finance to survive. And I don't eat anything for 3 days. So I found the dogs. I don't see the owners. I just killed it and ate it and made me survive at least a month. So do I have guilty? The court just looking for the evidence or something like that and make decision on that time. And you're not guilty, or you're not guilty, you can do it because the economics on that situation. So after that year, 2 years, same year, found the same case on this. Another case followed that decision, follow that decision, do the same thing, follow that decision until 2021. The same case happened again, kill the dog, eat it. The court in 2020 don't think kill dogs for survival on this century, on this year, is reasonable anymore. They change the decision and overrule the case that mentioned kill the dog from 2000 back to the original one, 2000. Because the idea is the higher court, but in different case, overrule the decision of another court, So it means the first case that happened in 2000, kill the dog is good, it's not guilty. But after that, they follow that decision until now. The higher court thing changing, the year is changing, situation is changing. You got a lot of food without killing the dogs. So I don't think that can be the reasonable to ask for kill a dog. I will overlook the decision that decision back to 2000. This we call the overrule. So it means yellow facts. It means this one is not a good law. We not mention on this. It's not refer on this because higher court will overrule or reverse. Just click on this. Click on this. Click on this. And see this one. Negative treatment. Negative treatment is mean if they say direct history, it means the same case. Because another case another court, higher court will change the decision. They change the decision and become a yellow fax. So if you want to see the progress or the history of this case, you just click on the history of this case. History of this case. So look at that. They will give you the progress of this one or the history of this case. You can look at that. And you want to see which case follow this decision. You just look at that, citing the reference. Citing the reference, you can see the cases.
ขออนุญาตค่ะ คุณจิรวัตรค่ะ ตอนนี้ยังแชร์เป็นหน้า Word อยู่ โอเคค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ โอเค
Direct decision again, direct decision. Negative treatment again, negative treatment again. You can look at that. Direct history is mean the same case, but change the decision by high court. And the history, you can look at that. You can see the beginning of the case from the trial court or district court. And another one, citing reference. So you want to see how many cases follow this decision and how deep. You look at that. Type, and deep. Deep it means you look at that. If they put a quote, it means they quote it. They quote the opinion, they quote a speed, they quote a word from the case mentioned on this document. So you can look at how many cases, which case, you just click on the case. See case that mentioned on this, the cases, how these. And you want to see the case, this case, follow the which decision from which case, you just look at that table of authorities. So it is, they see, they apply this case, cited this case, or something like that. This is we call the direct history or clean or look like that. It's different from the journals. So back to the document again. So they use the legal terms. Maybe it's difficult to understand it. You can follow the key. The points that list on this one, you can look at that. Synopsis is mean like a case summary. Give you the case summary, but it's too short for you. Back to the result again. What about the yellow one? Yellow is still a good law, but just give you like warning. Maybe they have a question on that case. Maybe they have some agreement discussion on the case. Easy to understand that maybe a court, not only one judge make the decision. You have more than just. Suppose there are 3 judges to give the decision, give the opinion on that decision. So 2 of them, maybe they give guilty, but another one give a guilty to but remark it, make a note on it. Some just say this point is not clear. You are guilty because the evidence not prove your murder on this one. We cannot find the bullet, but we found your fingerprint on that. Makes us believe you are killing, you are murder, but not 100%. Maybe some people copy a print and place it on that evidence. So let's just say on that. This one will be called, they have the decision or question or maybe leave a note on that, but still a good law, still a good law too. So case is different from the journals. They use the difficult English and how to understand it, you can look at that. You search for the specific cause. And other one, you want to search with the party name. How can I search for a party name? Suppose you are searching for Donald J. Trump's. Donald J. Trump's. How can I search for the Donald J. Trump? Back to again, Westlaw again, cases again. So I want to search for the party name. You just use this one, advanced search, advanced search. You just search for the advanced search. And you just go down, you look at that party name. You just search for Donald J. Trump, Donald J. Trump, Donald J. Trump, and start searching. Start searching. It will search a specific case in the body names. Contain a word. Donald J. Trump. You look at that. Donald J. Trump. And now you can refine to specific just. You can look at that. Specific just. You just select this one and type the just name. This is more narrow down to cases different searching. Use the same method. Use the same method, but the filter is different. The filter is different. So again, cases, and use this one, advanced search. Using this one, party name, party name. So what about the UK case? UK case. Suppose I got a UK case too. So just back to this one, international materials, international material. So I just have the reference that mentioned about UK case. I want to search in, just look in for the United Kingdoms and just search for the cases or United Kingdom cases again. So UK case is different. UK case is quite different, quite different. So if we show you UK case, it's quite different. I like the UK case because it's really easy in the sense. I just spend a few minutes to scanning the UK case. Support you got like this to show you the citation. So some universities give me like this, just citation. This is the document, the report numbers, They give me like this. I just copy and this. The body names. Back to Westlaw again. And you got the body name. You just back to advanced search. You just come to body name again. And you change from V to N. It means you got to body name. You got to body name. Just type to body name and start searching. Start searching again. You will get only one cases. And you look at that, UK case is different. Just click inside. So I want to spend just only a minute. Can I have to see a detail on this? I don't have enough time. The Westlaw give you on this analysis case. Analysis says you can know the case about in a minute. You just click on this analysis. You can look at that. The analysis, case analysis, like a case digest. Like you eat a meal, you want to change to the energy. Just quick digest. Case digest, they say this case is about the insurance. Insurance is true boss for you. It's more specific. You can look at that. What kind of insurance? The marine insurance. Marine insurance. You use a ship to deliver goods. You use the cargo, the marine. It claim the insurance in marine. So you can digest. They give you the summary of case. Summary. You can look at that. What is case talk about? You can look at that. The summary. And then what else? Abstract. Give you a brief of case, the case summary. What the summary is talk about. Just spend a minute to read it. Who is just? And another very important that I like, you look at that. Case cited. Case cited. You want to search back. This case mentioned or cite which case in the past. So they list the case cited. Not only a case, even books. You look at that, even books or something. It depends on case. And another one, you look at that, case citing this case. I mean, after that, they show you the list of cases that follow this decision or mention the decision or mention about this case. Mention about this case, apply to this case. You can look at that case citing this case and you can follow it. Not only that, they have the legislation, the tax statutes, marine acts or something like that. You can look at that. Even books. So UK case is defense. They give you analysis. They give you case digest. Back again. Just come to this. International material. And just select the country. Select type of source, primary source or cases. And looking for, just use this one, a search method or specific party name. Just use this one, party name. So this is we call searching for cases. Back to Westlaw again. And another one, statutes. So the student will ask for or cite for statutes. Suppose you are looking for statutes about the copyrights. So you can start with this one, statutes. Just click on this one, statutes. So statutes, I tell you earlier, the primary source, you can look for US Constitution, this one, US Constitution. And what about the court that mentioned about the copyright? If you are looking for a court in specific topic, in specific law, use this one, statutes, legislation or something like that. United States Code, this is the federal laws. And another thing, state statutes. So I have one student ask me, they do topic about the fortune tellers license. So that student give me the name of state. That mention about the people who want to be a fortune tellers, you need to get the license. So that student want me to find out the detail how to get the license. Like you want to drive a car, you need a driver license, the same as to. So that one you have to select the specific state. So for this one, I just spend on this United States Code. So United States Code, the same idea as you open the books. The first, after you open the cover, you got the table content. The United States Code will divide you in 51 titles or 50 titles, 50 titles. But if you are looking for titles 17 about the copyright, just click about the copyright, click it. So the copyright will give you this one, the chapter, and this one. Some people call code, but some people call a page. So you want to see the definition of this and this one too. They give you the same idea as a case, the yellow flag and the red flags too. So I'm looking for copyright infringement chapter 5. I go to chapter 5 again, copyright infringement. So this is infringement of copyright. So maybe they say they have another one to change unconstitutional on this and propose legislation. So it means they may be change some content and going to list a new one to approve a new law and else in the future they propose on this. Like you propose your thesis, your proposals or something like that. And then you're looking for the specific topic. You just use on this. Back again, start from statutes, federal statutes, this one, constitution, and this one, code. But another thing, another searching, you do about abortion. But I don't see title about abortion. But I don't want to start with titles. What about another idea? So Westlaw says, if you start with the topic abortion, you can find out in another way which title that related to this your legal topic abortion. Westlaw says just use the reverse way. You just like you open a book, but you just turn it. Use start from the back because search from the index. You look at that index 1. You just use this one, the index. Start from the index. Like you start from the back to the front of books. You look at that, they sort you by alphabeticals. I'm looking for a word, abortion. Abortion again. I just click abortion. So abortion gives you the titles. The beginning is titles. USDA Service United States was the notice. Chapter page number 2. So you look at that. Topic abortion maybe can found in different titles. You can see in the specific titles that you are looking for. This is we call use the federal statutes. Use the federal statutes. And another one, you remember that Lanham Act, Patriot Act. If you are looking for the specifics law, suppose Lanham Act, and with X, how can I search from this? The same thing, start with United States Code again. And you look at that. The laws end with X. Just use this one, popular names tables. Popular names table. Just search from this. They will list you a law that ends with X. Start from the beginning with alphabet A. But difficult for me because I don't remember the beginning word. I just remember a few words contained in that law. So you can use this one to search from the X. So I remember that child online protection or something like that. I remember only shine online. So can I search? So I mean, shine come first, connect our adjacent text with online. Just use this one quote and start searching. You can look at that. They will search on specific word, shine online, quotation X. So you can use the advanced search using the quotation mark to search in. This is search from the specifics or search from the particular X. Just start with this one, status. Use this one, state, code, annotate. And looking for our word, popular name tables, this one. And another word, another findings, before become a law. So they start with a bill first. So I don't want to see a law, but I want to see the beginnings of this law. Start with a bill. So I just want to search the history of this law. So you can use this one. Back to statutes again. Just navigate you again. Statutes again. USCA again. Statutes again. Sorry about it. You look at that statutes and court rule. 2. This we call the bills. Bill is not become a law. Just have to go to House of Senate, House of Representatives, and vote for this. So you can look at for the track, bill tracking. So you can search back for bill tracking. So this is the primary source, another primary source. So just repeat again. The primary source you can search in the Westlaw cases and statutes. You have Constitution, you have USCA code, you have bill tagging. So this is the regulation and administrative. This is the kind of primary source. And the last one, show you how to search for legal terms, give the definition, or using the dictionary, get the information about the definition. So the Westlaw provide you a black law dictionary. Have you been to the library? The library, they have a plain version and serve it you, but it's left-hand books, cannot lend. So in COVID, you cannot access, you cannot go to the library. You can use the black law instead of going to the library. Just follow me. I tell you the dictionary. We click in the second source. You just go to secondary source. Go to the secondary source. Just click on this one, secondary source. And look at that, black law dictionary. Black law dictionary. Just go to the black law dictionary again. Suppose you are looking for a word. Collection. So when I went to a court, the judge asked me, Westlaw contain how many documents in collection? Collection spell this, collection. CORRECTION. So for me, collection meaning is you make something long, change me back to life. So changing something that you make it long and change to make to life. This is the collection. But instead of the judge say, I don't understand in the first time that I heard about this word. So I just come back to Westlaw and search for this definition. I just use start this by putting the legal term on this, and start searching. And they show me the list of terms that contain the word collection. You can look at that. You have to see the collection alone, not collection come with another word. How of collection like a prisoners. So I just go to this one, the third one. I just click on this. Dictionary provide you three different meanings. The first one, general meanings. The general dictionary, they talk about it. The second meanings, and the third meaning that just mean to me, this one, the punishment. So that means they just ask me how many documents related to a punishment. Punishment maybe can be capital punishment, or maybe another personal punishment or something like that. This is change from the legal terms to the general terms. The meaning, define the meaning. And another one, back again. Start searching backlog again. You remember that? How can I know that? Rapes, the legal is sexual abuse. I use the Westlaw, I use the backlog searching for me. So another way to use the dictionary is mean. You just know the general term, but you don't know the legal terms. Suppose I remember rapes, just type rape. Rapes, you just type in a box definition text. It means, Westlaw, can you find out for me the the legal terms that contain a left in the meaning and definition? So start searching, just start searching. Let's start searching. You look at that, start searching on this, start searching on this. Start with abuse. So just click abuse first because you found rapes. Just click abuse. Abuse, the meaning is departure from legal, reasonable use, misuse, cruel or violent treatment. Oh, meaning in the criminals. And what about, I don't find any definition contain a word. Rapes, just use this one. Next terms. You look at that, rapes, display in the second meaning of sexual abuse. So sexual abuse means an illegal or wrongful sex acts. It's more understand on this. Another easy word to understand, rapes. So I'm clear on that. Oh, sexual abuse. The legal use this one, sexual abuse. Maybe next time I use sexual abuse or rapes. So this is the very useful dictionary to you to apply for doing the legal research. So before at the end, come to the end of this training, I will summarize to you again to more understand step for searching the Westlaw. Just remember that only 6 major steps to do a legal research in Westlaw. The first one, how to access. Just log in the VPN, just type next.westlaw.com. And the second, keep in mind that there are 28,000 databases contained or in Westlaw platform. You have to find out the results in Westlaw and choose it for your research. And then choose the search method, natural language or term and connector. Remember that natural language is the plain English, the question that you ask people, the sentence that you are listening and use with talking with about people or something like that. That's we call the search method. And back to the source again, just only two major sources to start with. The primary source of law and the secondary source of law. And primary source of law, you just think about, they will ask you or tell you what can do and what cannot do. This is the actual law. Just for primary source are there cases, constitution, statutes, regulation, maybe they call administrative law. This is the primary sources. The secondary sources we call a background results. Just want to explain in the place and analyze. How good is it? Just good way to start, because this site and lead you to the primary sources, help you to identify and understand the law, and court will sometimes use them to explain the legal terms. You see the dictionary and encyclopedia. So you can use this one, journals, to see this statement of law dictionary and black law dictionary, and choose the natural language or term and connector. And then you can analyze it and you can print, you can download it. This is all of the Westlaw today, Any questions so far? We come so far 3 hours, 2 hours. I hope you can use Westlaw very useful for starting your doing research. Any questions so far? Thank you, student. Thank you for your attention. I think today maybe you get an idea how to use the Westlaw as the major resource with starting doing a research, the legal topic. So you can use the Westlaw instead of using just only science dialects, just only searching for the Oxford. So you can use the Westlaw to start searching, start with the secondary source first, and you can apply this kind of knowledge to searching in Oxford journals, and you just follow the citation, follow and lead you to the case again. When you count the left line in the left, the case in the left line, you just back to the Westlaw again. So I forget to show you again. Just this one. Sometimes you get the left hand, show you a bit, just a minute. Support, I forget. You got on this, the left hand, you just copy on this. Just copy on this, and search it in Westlaw without selecting the source. Just search. You look at that, you stage to the document. So very to get the citation. So I hope this to helping you more understand about the Westlaw. Thank you for your attention. Safe from the COVID. Have a good night. See you later. Thank you.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you
นิสิตค่ะนิสิตค่ะเดี๋ยวพี่แอนจะเอาคลิปวิดีโอนี้นะคะ ที่บันทึกเอาไว้ส่งให้กับนิสิตทุกท่านนะคะ ไม่ต้องกังวลเนาะโอเค แล้วก็ถ้ามีคำถามอะไรก็ส่งหรือถามเข้ามาได้นะคะ ในเพจของห้องสมุดหรือว่าอีเมลของพี่แอนนะ
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
ค่ะขอบคุณนิสิตมากนะคะ สวัสดีค่ะ
ค่ะขอบ
ส
คุ
วั
ณ
สดีครับ